were wrong. Meghan did not let go of Harry and issued a divorce ultimatum. Hello and welcome to the Princess Diana News Channel. Page 6 royal commentator Mr. Houston said he didn't think a divorce was imminent between Meghan and Harry, but he could be wrong. Well, we've been on this topic for a while now, and it's a dissertation topic. When many of us insist that divorce is imminent and absolutely inevitable, well, 24 months on, where did the divorce go? Lack of hard evidence, just speculation and debate. But either way, despite reports and/or intelligence from the royal family or other high-value colleagues, no one really knows what's going on behind the scenes. We don't really know about St. Meghan and Harry's wedding. The only people who know this information will be Meghan and Harry themselves. Mr. Houston also said speculation was just speculation, without concrete evidence. It can also be called a guess or an opinion, and in my opinion it is a hypothesis. Why? Because, in my opinion, their marriage is part of the bond that keeps their marriage mechanism working and moving. Both Harry and Meghan Markle are dependent on each other. The Duke is emotionally dependent on his wife. She is passionate because she is both bold and daring. She is weak and vulnerable, while her Duke is emotionless and indifferent, someone who plays and he exploits her weakness but also her vulnerability. Meghan Markle is financially dependent on Harry for the money and wealth he can provide her. It feeds her ego and also boosts her pride for being A's wife and also offers her a luxurious lifestyle. Mr. Houston also told the truth that the divorce would have resulted in a very generous financial compensation for him, allowing him to live a more comfortable life for the rest of his life. But even money has its limits, and it's never infinite, especially if you have a spendthrift who loves extravagance. We've all heard about $80 million for a long time, and $80 million may not be inexhaustible for Meghan Markle, nor will it last forever. People literally win tens of millions in the national lottery and spend them all in the blink of an eye. There are many examples of this. It all boils down to extreme greed, and there is no better example than Meghan Markle. The divorce will deprive Meghan of her royalties, and this will have a profound effect on her and will also take a toll on herself and her ego. Why did she even want to marry Harry? It certainly wasn't just money that her potential husband could offer her. Titles and membership in the royal family were just as interesting. Volume. It's every little girl's fantasy or her own Cinderella story. The royal expert added, while the prince is dizzy, I don't believe the feeling is mutual at all. She can openly declare that she loves her husband, but she doesn't love him. For Harry, she loves the fame, splendor and prestige that a royal wedding brings. Being so enchanted and in awe of his height doesn't do much for his well-being and well-being. Every marriage has its ups and downs, and wedding bells are never stepping stones, so there is tension in your personal relationships as well. Oftentimes, factors deliberately show erosion and excitement to attract media and public attention and make us all want to write about it. He also spoke about children, he said. Personally, I believe that Archie is not Meghan Markle's biological offspring. It is also believed by millions as a product of surrogacy. Many of us even doubt its existence. I have the right to judge. I don't know, and I really don't care if Archie is actually a surrogate and the royal family knows for sure. Then of course they are to blame for everything hidden, whether the two children are genuine or not. Their hierarchy and line of succession to the British monarchy is completely redundant, as they are both in the 6th and 7th even though they are then. Standing in line, it is true that Charlotte, Louis and Harry are also preferred. Now that we can think about the dynamics of it all, the odds of Archie or Elizabeth taking the throne are extremely slim. Statistically, I'm more likely to win the lottery jackpot than to see one of the crowned kings or queens at Westminster Abbey, because the only thing that could happen is if heaven forbid the Prince of Wales and his family traveling on a plane together. Maybe they're going on vacation, and the worst disaster happens, and Harry is next. Well, as you can imagine, people won't be all that happy about it. I can only imagine the folly of the respectable British. After all this happens, there will be real noise, as there should be, and it will really affect the future of the monarchy now. Prince George is 10 years old this year. I mean, who knows, in another 10 years she might get married, and with every other child born to the Wells family, she might have her own, further pushing the artificial and invisible up this list. Worst case scenario. If Archie or Lily were to become king or queen with such a controversial pregnancy, surely some support would be needed before their royal birth was confirmed. That would be such an embarrassment. So insulting to Meghan and Harry. If surrogacy is indeed involved in the conclusion, I personally think Harry and Meghan's marriage is right for both of them. There is a strong interdependence between each other, and this reinforces that interdependence. The royal commentator said divorce or separation was unlikely to happen in the next 20 to 25 years, and if it happened now, you might be wrong. As we said, this is only our opinion. Of course, no one has the ability to predict the future just by meeting or hearing from insiders. Those readers who claim to know about the impending divorce really have nothing at all, just guesswork. In a sense, canceling or terminating a relationship would be fine if it wasn't on the agenda for the future. Let's see if Meghan and Harry will get a divorce. I'm sure Prince Harry will try to return to the UK, but the truth is most Brits don't want him back. We also need to look at things from Meghan's market perspective, so think about that. Would divorce be of greater personal benefit to her than a loveless marriage, even though she would benefit greatly from it? Well, no, if I were Meghan, I'd try to keep the marriage as long as possible, because in the end, that's how Meghan makes the most money for herself. There's no doubt that Meghan Markle is pretty good at breaking up and mailing wedding rings. So I think when she sees marriage, she realizes the benefits of marriage, especially with a prince. After all, it's not every day that you get the opportunity to join the royal family. Meghan Markle has the best of both worlds. She has money, she has prestige. Who would want to do without one of these two advantages? Someone as greedy as Meghan certainly wouldn't do that. So I think it might make a lot of sense for them to get on with their lives because the dependency is still shared. Now who wants to have a married life with one of them? They keep doing this PR nonsense and I won't even try to sum up all of B's anger, but the latest is that Meghan Markle is feeling stressed, and if we are to believe that the royal family is trying to get Harry out of Save It All. Oh, you know we shouldn't make it more PR nonsense, and you agree? Please let me know what you think in the comments below. If you don't be afraid to like and share it with others who will love it. And don't forget to subscribe to the Princess Diana News channel for more updates in the future. Thanks for watching. Have a nice weekend and see you in the next videos.